Alright, so getting straight into it, one of the first things that you need to double check as soon as you've built your website and you're ready to start collecting payments is that you need to run a test order. This is one of the most common mistakes that a lot of beginners tend to make. They assume that once they built their website, they've got everything set up, they've loaded their products onto the website, that they should automatically be able to collect payments. When that couldn't be far from the truth, because what I do every single time I build a brand new dropshipping website is that I make sure that the payment processor is working as it should. And there's two different ways that you can do this. The first way is by using your own card to buy a product from your website, and then afterwards you can refund the order once you can see that everything is working as it should. Or if you don't want to go through all of that and you don't want to use your own money and you don't want to have to wait for the refund to land back into your bank, then you can set up a test payment from within your Shopify account. And the way that you're going to do that is once you're on the homepage just like this, you can come over here to where it says settings. Then what you're going to do is click on payments over here. You're going to see this section here where it says test mode, and what you need to do is enable test mode by clicking this option over here. And once you've done all of that, it's now going to put your Shopify store in a position where you can enter dummy credit card details, which is going to let you see whether or not if the transaction is even going to go through. But let me show you an example of what I'm talking about using a test product from my store. So as you can see, it's for men's hair clippers. The product doesn't really matter, I'm just using it as an example, but what I'm going to do is just add it to cart. Then what I'm going to do is go to the checkout page. Now once you're on this page where you need to enter the credit card information, you can get the dummy credit cards from Shopify's website, or I may link them down in the description down below, but either way you're going to be able to find them by doing a quick Google search. But I'm going to put the information on screen right now so that you can see what it looks like. So in this case I'm going to be using the Visa credit card. Then what I'm going to do is go back over to my website, just paste it in there. Once you're on this page, you just need to enter at least 2 different words or 2 different names. Then you can put any expiry, so I'm going to put the 1st of 27, just like that. And then I can put any 3 digits for the security code, so I'm going to put 123. In terms of the billing address, you could just leave it as the same as shipping. Then what you're going to do is click on pay now, and as you guys can see right there, the order's gone through. There's a confirmation. So from all of this, I now know that I can rest assured that there's nothing wrong with my payment processor. I'm going to be able to collect payments as I should, and customers are going to be able to use their real credit card. All right, so moving on to the second thing that you guys need to check. If you're getting visitors on your website but no one's buying from you, which is the conversion rate. And as you guys can see, Shopify gives us 3 different conversion rates that's going to help us get a better understanding of what's happening on our website. And for those of you that don't know exactly what a conversion rate is, it's simply a percentage or a number that's going to show us how many people took a specific action. And as I said, the 3 different actions that Shopify shows us is how many people added an item to their cart, how many visitors reached checkout, and how many visitors actually bought the product. And being able to analyze this information will definitely give you some sort of insight into what's happening on the back end of your Shopify website. Like for example, with this particular store that we're looking at right now, out of all of the visitors that came onto my store, 7.4% added a product to their cart, and 4.33% of those people actually got to the checkout page. And out of those people, around 3.53% actually bought the product. But let's say for example, the people that added an item to their cart was exactly the same, but for whatever reason, this one right here reached checkout was 0%, or maybe this one down here was 0%. That might mean that there's an issue on the checkout page where there might be a link broken, maybe customers are not even able to get to their cart, or maybe there's an issue when it comes to the actual checkout page and I need to optimize it a little bit more. I need to find a way to get people to actually place the order. Or it might even be something as small as you not setting up your shipping settings in the right way. You may have not selected the right country that you want to accept orders from, and because of that, the customers that you're getting or the visitors that you're getting are not able to buy your products. There's so many different reasons as to why a customer may not be able to get to the checkout page, and that's why it's your job to figure it out. Alright, so one of the third things that you guys need to make sure that you're aware of if you're a beginner and you're looking to get your first official sale is to make sure that you treat your product page like a funnel. And not only that, you also need to make sure that you're sending potential customers directly to the product page and not to the home page. Reason for this is because if you're sending someone to the home page, yeah, it might look like you're getting a lot of visitors, but now you're putting that potential customer in a position where they have to click around your website and try and find the product that you want them to buy. The way that I like to do it is that whether I'm using TikTok organic, Instagram Reels, or Google Shopping ads, I like to send that potential customer directly to the product page. And I also like to make sure that once they land on the product page and they're scrolling through, they're getting all the information they need. You don't want the customer clicking away to a different page for them to get simple information about the shipping or about your returns policy, etc, etc. And just to show you guys a quick example using this test product on the back end of one of my stores. So it's obviously for a men's hair clipper, the same product that I showed you earlier. The customer is going to be presented with what color they want, and they're also going to be selected with whether they want a USB or not. Very simple, very straightforward. And as the customer is scrolling through, they're going to be able to see all the information about the product. You know, the fact that it's brand new, all the information about the description of the item, as well as what comes in the actual box, all the shipping information they need, as well as the warranty information, as well as the return policy. All of that stuff is going to be on the product page. And the main aim of the game when it comes to being successful with an e-commerce website is to bring convenience to the customer, make sure that you reduce the amount of time that they spend on your website, and you also reduce the amount of clicks that customer has to do, because this is going to increase your chances of you being able to make whatever money that you're trying to make on a monthly basis. All right, so one of the final things that I'm going to speak about in today's video that you guys can try when it comes to getting your first sale with your Shopify dropshipping business is to make sure that you're pricing your items properly. Now, one common mistake that I see with so many beginners is that they overprice their items. Of course, everyone wants to make a lot of money and that's the reason why you do it, but you need to understand that if you overprice your item more than you need to, you're going to reduce your chances of you being able to make a sale. Now, for me personally, I like to make sure that I'm getting 30% profit margin back on the items that I'm dropshipping specifically, and there's so many different ways that you can calculate it. You can calculate it using your phone, a normal calculator, but one way that you're going to be able to do it if you are using the AutoDS software is by simply logging into your account just like this. And as you can see, this is the hair clipper that we've been using throughout the entire video, which is just a test example. But the way that you're going to be able to easily price your items is by, let's say for example, you want to change the price of this gold hair clipper right here. What you're going to do is just simply click into it. And as you guys can see right here, AutoDS is going to be able to give us a lot of useful information when it comes to pricing our items in the easiest way possible. Because for example, when it comes to this section right here, which is the buy price, because I've already connected my AutoDS account to my supplier's website, they already know what item I'm dropshipping and they know exactly what it's going to cost me to buy that product. I can also adjust the estimated fees that I believe I'm going to pay, and I'm also able to enter the return on investment that I would like to get back. So right now we can see that the total profit is at 30 cents. So as I said earlier, depending on what product I'm selling, I like to get back around 35% back on my money. So let's say if I want to get back 35%, I'm going to need to sell the product at $20.99 for me to get back $5.50. And once I save it just like that, everything is going to be updated on my website when it comes to new customers thinking about buying the product or not. So if I ever need to make any adjustments with all of the products that I'm selling, I could just log back into my AutoDS account, click on this option over here, click on bulk edit, and just update the profit margin just like that. So again, the main point that I'm trying to make with all of this is that when it comes time for you to start pricing your items, you don't want to overprice it, you don't want to get greedy, because all this is going to do is make customers land on your website and then bounce off and then go look for the item at a cheaper price. As long as you're trying to get back a reasonable return on investment and a decent profit percentage, that's going to lead you to get your first sale and continue growing your business. But of course, there's a lot more that goes into building a dropshipping business. I just wanted to give you guys the basic things that you need to know if you're looking to get your first official sale. But if you want to watch a completely free webinar that I made not too long ago where I break down some important things that I needed to know for me to start making $1,000 per day in profit from one of my first ever Shopify dropshipping websites, then you can watch that free webinar by clicking the first link in the description down below. And if you also want to watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago where I break down some other important things that you guys need to know when it comes to starting your dropshipping business in the easiest way possible, things that I didn't really touch on in today's video, then make sure you click the link right there. Check that video out straight after this one because it's already helped out so many people and I'm sure that it's going to help you out too. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.